Okay, students, good morning to all of you. So, in previous class, we discussed about electric field due to discrete distribution of charges at different locations. If number of charges are there, then what will be the electric field at one particular point? How to add according to principle of superposition. Find electric field due to individual charges and add them according to vectors. Okay, so vector sum of electric field due to individual charge gives you net electric field due to discrete charges. Okay, now in today's class we are going to discuss about electric field due to continuous distribution of charges. Yes, today's topic is electric field due to continuous distribution of charge. Okay, yes. So when charge is distributed continuously on any surface, wait, observe. We are discussing one point, no? Okay, wait. I'll come to that point definitely. Okay, yeah. So electric field due to continuous distribution of charges. When charge is distributed continuously on any surface, then due to that surface, what will be the electric field at any point that we need to find out. So for discussing these points, first we should learn three important definitions, Nana. See, this type of definitions already we have discussed in 11th class, that is the system of particles and rotatory motion. When we are discussing about center of mass, moment of inertia, that time we have discussed. That is lambda sigma rho. Do you remember? Yes, lambda means linear mass density. Sigma means surface mass density. And rho is volume mass density. Clear? Yes. Similarly, here also, see for example, if we are having one particular rod, one length is there, without only one dimensions is there, only one dimensions are there. There is no breadth and no height. Area and volume is not there. Now on that, yes, Abhay, good. Okay, on this, let us suppose a charge Q is distributed continuously. On this, continuously charge is distributed. Then, for this type of surfaces, we should call them as linear mass density. Sorry, yes, linear charge density. What we call linear charge density. And we will represent this one with the symbol lambda. There linear mass density, here linear charge density. Okay, yes. So linear charge density is defined as, let us suppose on this charge Q is present, total how much charge is present on that rod, Q charge is present, and this rod is of length L, let us suppose. This rod is of length L, let us suppose. Then linear charge density is defined as charge distributed over a length L. Charge per unit length. This is called as linear charge density. Okay, students? Okay. Similar to your linear mass density, M by L. There M by L. Here Q by L. In the place of M, we will write Q. Okay. Yeah. What will be the SI unit, Nana? Yes, you know. SI unit what, Nana? SI unit of charge is coulomb. And length is meter. Yes. Coulomb per meter is the SI unit of lambda. Lambda means linear charge density. Okay, now, so total charge Q is distributed uniformly here over a length L. Now, in a small elementary portion, let us suppose this much part, in this part of length dx, let us suppose, in this part of length dx, how much charge is distributed? If you want to find, what you can do, see here, total charge Q distributed is equal to lambda into total length L. Okay, now this lambda will be constant, it will not change, it will be uniform, constant value. Now small charge dq distributed on this length dx can be written as lambda into that length dx or if it is dl, that will be dl. Okay, so this you need to remember. Here what is lambda? Lambda means q by l. It will be a constant value. Throughout this length of this rod, charge lambda value will be constant. Some problems lambda value also variable they'll give. That is for JEE mains and advanced students. Okay, that is not required for you now. If problem will come, we will solve that type of problems also. Did you understand this point? So in a small, why small q, sir? Here small q I am writing because in this elementary part of length dx, charge how much will be there? Very small amount of charge will be there. That small amount of charge how much? dq I am writing. Lambda into dx. You can write capital Q also. Capital dq also you can write. Capital dq. Both are same. Okay? Clear? So this is about linear charge density. Whenever we will write for linear charge density, you should write dq is equal to lambda into dx. If it is dl, then it will be lambda into dl. If it is dy, then it will be lambda into dy. That you need to remember. Dy indicates small elementary length of that rod. dl represent and dx also represent small elementary length of that rod. This part. In this part, how much charge is distributed? This much charge is distributed. I hope you understand it clearly. Okay. This is about linear charge density. Okay. Next point is let us suppose we are having one surface. Let us suppose like this one surface is there. Okay, whose area of cross section is capital A. Let us suppose area of cross section how much? Capital A. Okay, now on this a q charge is distributed uniformly or on its total surface. Q charge is distributed like this. Total q charge is distributed on its surface of area A. Then it will have one quantity that is called as areal charge density. Areal charge density, and we will represent this one with letter sigma. Clear na? And this sigma is defined as sigma is nothing but charge per unit area. Charge per unit area. Surface charge density also we can say this one. Areal charge density, or you can say this is surface charge density also. Surface charge density also you can say this. Okay, better I'll write surface charge density only. Surface charge density. Symbol what na? Sigma, and its value is charge per unit area. And the SI unit of this one is what na? Coulomb per. Area unit is meter square. So coulomb per meter square is SI unit of surface charge density sigma. Okay, now let us take a small elementary area. This much area, let us take. This area I have considered. Now in this area of dA, how much charge is present? How to write? Yes, simple technique. Total charge Q present is nothing but sigma into area. Now small amount of charge in the area dA is dQ, can be written as sigma into dA. Clear? Okay. Okay. Now which bodies, which materials will have linear charge density? You know, linear mass density is present for length of wire or circle. You need to take linear charge density. And surface charge density, what we need to do, for which one we need to take? The disc, you can take a surface charge density. Okay, a plate, you can take a surface charge density. Okay, now third one, let us take a third one, that is a volume charge density. Volume charge density. Yes, volume charge density, and we will represent this one with letter rho. Okay, yeah. See, let us suppose one cube, let us take, or one sphere you take, solid sphere you take. total solid sphere you take, yes, okay, R1 cube you take. Now on its whole surface, see, you are seeing now only on the surface, but I am taking this as inside also charge is present. That type of one spherical surface you consider, solid spherical surface you consider. Okay, if you consider a hollow spherical surface, then we need to take surface charge density. Already you know these points. If you consider a solid spherical surface, then you need to take volume charge density. Again, some difference also you will get, Nana, that later I will explain. Okay, so on this volume V, a charge Q is present. Then volume charge density rho can be defined as Q by V. Clear? And the SI unit is charge per unit volume. So coulomb per meter cube. Okay. Now total charge present Q can be written as rho into V. Now you take a small elementary volume. In this volume of dV, how much charge is present? That can be written as dQ into rho into dV. Clear? So this type of formats already you know. So these techniques we will use to find electric field due to continuous distribution of charge bodies. Okay, clear? Yes. Now let us proceed. Let us find some problem. Let us solve some problems related to this concept. I hope you understand these all. Already we have discussed this in 11th class. Just small variation. In place of M, I am writing Q. That's it. Okay, clear? Yes. Now, students, let us suppose here we are having one rod. Let us suppose here we are having one rod, and this rod is of length. Let us suppose this rod is of length L. Let us suppose rod is of length L. Okay. Now on this rod of length L, let us suppose we are having a charge Q. Q charge is there. That charge Q will be, means this duster is there. Now on this duster of length L, a charge is present, and how it is present? Uniformly distributed. At each and every place, same amount of charge is there. Total charge is Q. Okay? Yes. Charge is distributed uniformly on this surface like this. Clear, students? Yes. Now, due to this rod of length L, continuous distribution of charge it is. Now it is not like a discrete distribution. At one place, another place, charge is not there. Continuously throughout its length. I am taking only length. I am not taking breadth. You neglect this width comparison to length. Okay, so it will become linear charge density lambda. Okay. Now, so we need to define one quantity for it, that is lambda, that can be written as Q by L. Clear, students? It will have linear charge density Q by L. Okay. Now, due to this rod of length L having charge Q at one particular point P, let us imagine at this point P, and at a distance of R from its one end, at a point P, what will be the electric field we want? This we need to find. What will be the electric field at this point P due to this rod of length L and charge Q? This is our objective now. How to find? Simple technique, Nana. So what we need to do is, you divide this rod of total length L into small strips, small elementary strips you divide. Okay. Now, so you take any one of that strip at one particular position. Okay. Yeah. Now from point P, I am going to a distance of x. See here, I am going to a distance of x from point P. Okay. Now at this distance x, I am taking a small elementary strip. Yes. This strip I am taking, and this strip of length dx I am taking. Okay. Now in this length dx, few small amount of charge will be there. Due to this charge at this point P, what will be the electric field? You find out first. Okay. Yes. So how much charge will be there in this small elementary length of dx? Yes. So charge dq can be written as lambda into dx. Clear, students? Okay. Lambda value, if you want to keep q by l, you can keep. Otherwise, directly you can keep as it is. You can write. Now, due to this charge dq which is present over a length dx, at a distance of x at this point P, what will be the electric field? You find out. Electric field, you know, electric field due to a charge q at a distance r is kq by r square. Electric field due to a charge q at a distance x is kq by x square. In the same way, electric field due to a charge dq at a distance x is k, charge how much? dq divided by distance how much, Nana? X. So x square. Yes, we have got the electric field due to a small elementary length of dx having a charge dq. This will be the electric field. And what will be the direction of this electric field? Always points in the outward, means always points in the direction from positive charge to that point. So in that direction. So direction is we are not taking, okay? Because all the elementary lengths will produce electric field in the same direction. So simply we can add them. Are you getting, students? Now, this is electric field due to small elementary charge dq. So that electric field will be called as d. If you want total electric field, net electric field if you want, what we need to do? The electric field due to small elementary strips like this length, all the electric fields we should add up. Now, Abhay is asking why x square? Electric field due to a charge at a distance. Formula what? kq by r square, no. In the place of r, we are having x. So x square. Okay, yes, good, Michelle. So we need to add electric field due to all these elementary strips. Means we need to do summation. Summation means integration. Let us do. Let us integrate it. Clear, students? Okay. Got it? Yes. So when you are doing this summation, when you are taking this integration of how many strips we need to take? Integration means summation of strips from here to here. Means this distance from here, what r. This distance how much? R plus L. Clear? So initial point is r, final point is r plus L. So over this limit we need to integrate. So net electric field we will get. Net electric field is equal to integration of r to r plus L. I hope you understand this limit. We want electric field due to this total rod. So here one strip will be there. It is at a distance of r. Here last one strip will be there. It is at a distance of r plus L. Clear? Yes, this we want. So what is d value? D value is this. That is k dq by x square. Okay. Okay. Now, yes. So E will become integration of r to r plus L k. What is dq value, Nana? Lambda into dx. Yes. Lambda into dx by x square. See, already I told you k 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught value is constant. We can take out of the integration. And lambda value, it is q by L. Total charge, total length will be constant. Again, lambda is constant. We can take it out of integration. So net electric field will become k lambda. Both are constant. They come out of integration. Integration of r to r plus L 1 by x square dx. Are you getting, students? Okay. Now, so what will be this 1 by integration of 1 by x square dx value? As we know, integrations is started. Your math sir has started integration chapter. Okay. Yes. Integration of 1 by x square dx value is minus 1 by x. Correct? Yes. Minus 1 by x. Limits from where to where? R to r plus L. Clear? Yes. So you'll get net electric field. You'll get net electric field. You'll get E is equal to k lambda. If you want to remove this negative sign, I can interchange these limits. So you'll get 1 by x r plus L. R plus L to r. Interchange these limits. Okay? Yes. So net electric field E is equal to k lambda. Now apply limits. In the place of x, substitute r. 1 by r minus In the place of x, substitute r plus l. So you'll get E is equal to K lambda. LCM is R into R plus L. You'll get R plus L minus R. Correct? Yes. Plus R minus R cancel. You will get E is equal to K lambda L divided by R into R plus L. If you want to substitute lambda value, you can substitute Q by L. Okay? Yes, I am substituting now. K Q by L, or simply you can write. See here, where here? Lambda into L is what? Q. Correct? See this point. Lambda into L is Q. Yes, here lambda into L is there. So directly we can write Q. It is KQ divided by R into R plus L. What is K value? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. You can write that also. Yes. Few students, they are asking me one question about the limits how I am taking. Yes, I will explain. No problem. See, what I have to do? So this point, I hope you understand this point. dE value, electric field due to small elementary strip of length dx having charge dq is this much. I hope you understand this point. Okay. Now, what we have done? We have divided this total rod into, see my fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like this small elementary strips we have divided all these. Okay. So from where to where we have divided? From here to up to here we have divided all these strips, my fingers. Okay. Clear enough? So all these we should add up so that one rod will become. Okay. So first it is starting from this strip. It is where we want electric field. We want electric field here. So from this point, this first step is at what distance? Is R distance. So lower limit I am taking R. And this last strip means from this point P at what distance? It is R, it is L. Total distance is R plus L. So R plus L. Now okay? Did you understand now? Basavaraj, Nishal and Abhay. Yes, good. Good. Very good. Remaining students, you also, you can interact with me if you are having doubts. Okay. Yes, good. So did you understand now? Yes, good. So KQ by R into R plus L. Still you can write it. You can write. What is K value, Nana? K value, yes, I am writing here. K value is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, no? Yes. So I am writing Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R into R plus L. Yes. This will be the net electric field. See, these all things you should get within seconds. This will be possible if we have practice. If you have a good practice, then you can do this within seconds. So what you need to do? Just by seeing this format, you need to take D and you need to take the limits. Once you will get this one, now everything is mathematics. Within second you should get. Clear? Okay. Still they may ask you different types of question on this. Let us suppose at this point P, a charge Q is placed. A charge Q is placed at this point P. How much force will act on this? Can you find? Yes, we can find. See, we know electric field is nothing but force per unit charge. Then force will be nothing but electric field into charge. As we have found just now, electric field at this point is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R into R plus L. This is the electric field we have found. Into charge. Charge how much? We have kept Q. So Q. Yes. This will be the electric. This is the force acting on that charge Q placed at that point P at a distance of R from this rod of uniform charge distribution Q. Got it? Objective point. Clear, students? Do you have any doubt on this? Fast. Time is not there. Good. Okay. Now, still so many points are there on this. We'll discuss that later. Now moving on to one more topic. That is, you take one ring. One ring you take. Okay? Ring you take. So on this ring, see, this is a ring. Okay? On this ring, let us imagine charge is distributed uniformly. Okay? Are you getting, students? So this is one ring, Nana, of radius. Let us imagine capital R. Okay. Now, on this ring of radius capital R, a charge Q is distributed uniformly. How? Like this. Uniformly, charge Q is distributed like this. Okay. Now, what you need to take? Whether we need to take lambda, sigma, or rho. What we need to take, Nana? Now, in this case, what we need to take? Lambda, sigma, rho. We should take lambda. No, no, not sigma. It is a ring. See, linear mass density in the system of particles and rotatory motion we have discussed while deriving center of mass or moment of inertia. We have taken lambda for a ring. Clear? See, cut it and expand it. It will become, yes, one wire. Clear? Yes, we need to define lambda for it. What is lambda? Charge per unit length. Okay. What is the charge distributed on this total surface? Q. Yes. And what will be the length of this ring? Length of this ring is nothing but circumference. That is how much, Nana? 2 pi r. Yes. So this is lambda for this ring. Clear? Did you understand, Nana? Now, see, from the center of a ring, you take one axis. You take one axis. Now, on this axial line, at any one particular point, what will be the electric field they will ask? We need to find. Students, important for your board exam as well as competitive exam. However, this question they are not asking. Again, same derivation we will get in magnetism, moving charges and magnetism. Okay? That time procedure will be same, only the formula will change. Okay, you need to remember the procedure, and this derivation whatever we are doing, that is important for your competitive exams. Value you will get, that value you need to remember. Okay, yes. Now, due to a ring having a charge Q at a distance of x on its axial line, what will be the electric field that we need to find? Okay, yes. So that I am taking like this. Let us suppose this is a ring which is placed perpendicular to the board. Okay, a ring is placed perpendicular to the board like this. Let us suppose. Yes. Okay. Now this is the center of the ring, and this will be the radius, capital R. Let us call. Okay. Now this will be the axial line of the ring. So at this point P, we want electric field. See, this point P is at a distance of x, let us call, from the center of a ring. Okay, are you understanding what I am doing? Ring I have taken, that ring I have kept perpendicular to the board. Now from the center I have taken one line, axial line. So on that axial line at one particular point P at a distance x from the center, we need to find electric field. If this ring is having total charge Q, that is uniformly distributed like this on that surface through that length of that ring. Okay, charge Q is present. So due to this charge Q, what will be the electric field at point P? We need to find. Yes, students. So what we need to do? Simple technique. Divide this total length, means total circumference. I mean, I am not finding the electric field at the center. I am finding electric field at a distance x from the center on its axial line. Axial line means you are understanding, I think so. See, students, this is a ring. Okay? Yes, you can see. Now, from the center, you pass one line. That is axial line. On that axial line, from this center at a distance x, what is the electric field I want? Clear? Okay. Yes. So what you need to do is divide this total length into small elementary strips again. Okay. Yes. I am dividing it to this part. I am dividing. This part I am dividing. Okay. This part is having length dx. Let us call. Okay. In this length dx, a dq charge will be there. Due to this dq charge, how much electric field will be there at point P? We need to find. Okay. Yes. So this length from this point P, at what distance it is? It is this much distance. What will be the distance, Nana? Yes, you can see it is a right angle triangle. Okay. Yes, this is capital R, this is x, means this will be under root of r square plus x square. As you know, Pythagoras theorem I am applying. Okay, students. Okay. Yes. Now, so at this point P, due to this elementary charge dq, what will be the electric field? Yes, find dE. Electric field dE can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught k dq kq by r square. Distance how much, Nana, from this elementary part? This much distance, r square. That is r square plus x square under root 4 square. Okay. Clear? Yes. So this will be the distance. Now see the direction of this electric field. Okay. Yes. So due to this elementary part, see my finger. This is finger. Okay. Now due to this small part, I want a electric field at this point. See, this is the ring and this is the center exactly. Now here I want electric field. See, this charge will produce electric field in this direction. See my finger, or I'll keep mobile phone. Yes, it is in this direction it is going. So same way I am drawing this electric field will be like this. That is DE. Clear, Anna? Electric field with direction I have taken now. Okay. Now let us suppose this is angle theta. Okay, and this will be the axial line. Let us call. Okay. Now this is theta, means this is also theta. Now this DE we can resolve into its components because it is a vector quantity, no? Yes. So it is a vector quantity. I am resolving it into its components. They are DE cos theta here, DE cos theta here, and perpendicular to it DE sin theta. Are you getting this point? Okay, students. Now, so exactly opposite downstrip you take. Opposite downstrip you take. Now this strip will produce electric field at this point in this direction. So this strip will produce electric field in this direction. That is also again DE, because this distance x and this radius r both are equal, means this distance also equal, means this is equal, and charge will be dq of same elementary length dx. So magnitude of DE will be equal. And if it is theta, then this DE can be resolved into DE cos theta this side and DE sin theta this side. Are you getting? This component of DE sin theta and this component of DE sin theta will cancel each other. That means from this D small elementary electric field, a component that is D sin theta will cancel out due to this total charge, and D cos theta components will add up due to this total charges. Means you need to take net electric field, means you need to take DE cos theta. Like this DE cos theta, we should add, means we should take integration. This is the net electric field. I hope you understand this point. Clear, students? Yes. Now, so net electric field is equal to integration of DE value K dq by this square root cancel, you will get r square plus x square cos theta. What is cos theta from this? Cos theta is nothing but adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side is x, hypotenuse is r square plus x square under root 1 by 2 I'll take. Clear, students? Yes. So this we are integrating. Whenever you are integrating, we need to apply the limits. From where to where we should apply limits? So this length of the ring we should take from here to total this. If you start from 0, if you start from the origin, this is 0. Total length how much, Rana? 2 pi r. So that I will take 2 pi r. So these are the limits. Clear, students? Yes. Now question will arise. What is dq here? Yes. You know, dq is equal to lambda into dx. Lambda value is q by 2 pi r. Okay. Yeah. So let us substitute. E is equal to integration of k lambda dx into x divided by c r square plus x square into r square plus s square whole power 1 by 2. This is 1, it is power 1 by 2. You will get r square plus x square whole power 3 by 2 you will get. Right part, first step. Yes, Abhay, this is the right part, first step. I'll write one more time so that you will understand. Yeah, here I'll write. So this point understood, I think so. Integration of d value what, Nana? K dq divided by square root cancel. You'll get r square plus x square. Cos theta value from this right angle triangle. Cos theta value adjacent side by hypotenuse. Okay, na? Clear? X. So adjacent side is x. Hypotenuse is this. R square plus x square whole power 1 by 2. Okay. Yes. So you will get E is equal to integration of k dq into x divided by, okay, r square plus x square is 1. R square plus x whole power 1 by 2. 1 power 1 by 2 is 1 power 3 by 2 you will get, no? Yes. So you will get r square plus x square whole power 3 by 2 you will get. Okay, na? Clear, students? Yes. So this you will get here. Now question will arise. What are the limits we need to take? Limits are from 0 to total length 2 pi r. So 0 to 2 pi r we should do. Okay. So net electric field is here dq. What is dq? dq is nothing but, you know, dq is equal to lambda into dl. You can write, if this length is L dl, you can write lambda into dl. Okay. So net electric field will become integration 0 to 2 pi r k lambda dl into x divided by r square plus x square whole power 3 by 2. Clear? Yes. Now what will be the constant values here? Yes, I am writing. K value is constant, however, yes, 1 by 4 by epsilon naught, and lambda value is also constant. Okay. X value at this particular location, at a distance x, fixed location we want. So x is also constant. Upon these r also constant, x also constant, you will get r square plus x square whole power 3 by 2. Okay. Now what is variable? dl. Total length is the variable. So integration of dl is variable from 0 to 2 pi r. Okay. Yes. So you will get k lambda value. I'll keep lambda into x divided by r square plus x